the four grounds of mindfulness. Section 1. I heard these words of the Buddha one time when the Lord was staying in the town of Kamasa Dharma in the land of the Kuru people. The Lord addressed the bhikkhus. There is a path which can help beings realize purification, overcome anxiety and fear, end pain, distress, and grief, and attain the right practice. This is the path of dwelling in the four grounds of mindfulness. What are the four grounds of mindfulness? They are the four methods of observing the body as body, feelings as feelings, mind as mind, and objects of mind as objects of mind. Section 2. What is the way to remain established in awareness of the body as body? When the practitioner walks, they know they are walking. When they stand, they know they are standing. When they sit, they know they are sitting. When they lie down, they know they are lying down. When they wake up, they know they are waking up. Awake or asleep, they know they are awake or asleep. Further, bhikkhus, when practicing awareness of the body, the practitioner is clearly aware of the positions and movements of the body, such as going out and coming in, bending down and standing up, extending limbs or drawing them in, when wearing the Sangati robe, carrying the alms bowl, walking, standing, lying, sitting, speaking, or being silent. They know the skillful way of being aware. Further, bhikkhus, a practitioner is aware of body as body. When breathing in, they know that they are breathing in, and breathing out, they know that they are breathing out. When breathing in a long breath, they know that they are breathing in a long breath. When breathing out a long breath, they know they are breathing out a long breath. When breathing in, they are aware of their whole body. Breathing in, they are aware of the cessation of the activity of their body. Breathing in, they are aware of the cessation of the activity of their speech. Further, bhikkhus, a practitioner is aware of body as body. When feelings of bliss, joy, happiness, and equanimity arise during their concentration and saturate every part of their body, these feelings envelop the whole of their body, just as someone who puts on a very long robe which reaches from their head to their feet, and there is no part of their body which is not covered by this robe. So the practitioner, with an equanimous mind, develops their whole body in understanding and leaves no part of the body untouched. Further, bhikkhus, a practitioner who is aware of the body knows very well that this body exists due to the interdependence of the parts of the body, from the top of the head to the soles of the feet. They see all the parts of the body, observe the elements which comprise the parts of their body, and visualize the dispersion of these elements back to the earth. When they visualize it like this, they compare it with their own body. This body of mind will also undergo a transformation such as this. In the end, there is no way it can avoid this condition. This is how the practitioner is aware of body as body, both inside the body and outside the body, and establishes mindfulness in the body with recognition, insight, clarity, and realization. This is called being aware of body as body. Section 3. What is the way to remain established in the awareness of feelings as feelings? When the practitioner has a pleasant feeling, they know immediately that they have a pleasant feeling. When they have an unpleasant feeling, they know immediately that they have an unpleasant feeling. When they have a neutral feeling, they know immediately that they have a neutral feeling. The same is true when the practitioner has a pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling in the body, of the mind, of this world, not of this world, with desire, not associated with desire. This is how the practitioner is aware of feelings as feelings, both inside the feelings and outside the feelings, and establishes right mindfulness. If there are bhikkhus and bhikkhunis who meditate on feelings as feelings, according to these instructions, then they are capable of dwelling in the meditation on feelings as feelings. Section 4. What is the way to remain established in the meditation on mind as mind? When the practitioner's mind is attached to something, they know it is attached to something. When the practitioner's mind is not attached, they know it is not attached. The same is true when the practitioner's mind hates something or is not hating, is confused or is not confused, is defiled or not defiled, is distracted or not distracted, has obstacles or has no obstacles, is tense or is not tense, is boundless or is bound, is concentrating or is not concentrating, is liberated or is not liberated. This is how the practitioner is aware of mind as mind, both inside the mind and outside the mind, and establishes mindfulness in the mind with recognition, insight, clarity, and realization. That is called being aware of mind as mind. If bhikkhus or bhikkhunis meditate on mind as mind according to the details of these instructions, then they know how to dwell in the practice of observing mind as mind. Section 5. What is the way to remain established in the meditation on objects of mind as objects of mind? When the practitioner realizes that their eyes in contact with form give rise to an internal formation, then they know without any doubt that an internal formation is being formed. If there is no internal formation, they know without any doubt that there is no internal formation. If an internal formation which has not arisen formerly now arises, they know this. If an internal formation which had arisen formerly now comes to an end and will not rise again, they know this. The same is true with all the other sense organs, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. If bhikkhus or bhikkhunis meditate on objects of mind as objects of mind, according to these instructions, then they know how to dwell in the practice of observing objects of mind as objects of mind in the 6 realms of consciousness. Further, bhikkhus, when the practitioner is meditating on objects of mind as objects of mind, if they see sensual desire in themselves, they know without any doubt that sensual desire is there. If they see no sensual desire in themselves, they know without any doubt that no sensual desire is there. If a sensual desire which had not arisen formerly now arises, they know this without any doubt. If a sensual desire which had arisen formerly now comes to an end, they also know this without any doubt. The same is true of the 4 other obstacles: anger, torpor, agitation, and doubt. If bhikkhus or bhikkhunis meditate on objects of mind as objects of mind according to the details of these instructions, then they know how to dwell in the practice of observing objects of mind as objects of mind with regard to the 5 obstacles. Further, bhikkhus, when the practitioner is meditating on objects of mind as objects of mind, if they see in their mind the factor of awakening, mindfulness, they know without any doubt that mindfulness is there. When mindfulness is not present, they know without a doubt that mindfulness is not present. When mindfulness, which had formerly not been present, is now present, the practitioner also knows this without any doubt. When mindfulness has arisen and is still present, is not lost, does not decline, but increases, the practitioner is also aware of all this. The same is true of all the other factors of awakening, the investigation of dharmas, energy, joy, ease, concentration, and equanimity. This is how the practitioner is aware of objects of mind as objects of mind, both the inside of the object and the outside of the object, and establishes mindfulness in the object of the mind with understanding, insight, clarity, and realization. And that is called being aware of objects of mind as objects of mind. If bhikkhus or bhikkhunis meditate on objects of mind as objects of mind according to these instructions, then they know how to dwell in the practice of meditating on objects of mind as objects of mind with regard to the 7 factors of awakening. After the Lord Buddha had spoken, the bhikkhus and bhikkhunis who heard him teach were delighted and endeavored to carry out the practice. At this time, I would like to invite our incense lighters up to the dais. Inside of your booklets, you will find the incense offering that we will recite together. And together we say, in gratitude, we offer this incense throughout space and time to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May it be fragrant as earth herself, reflecting careful efforts, wholehearted awareness, and the fruit of understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize our true home. And we bow. Good morning, everyone. Let's begin by standing up and greeting each other silently. Just as a few reminders, if you need to grab some water, we have some stuff downstairs you can drink from, cups downstairs in our kitchen. If you need to use the restrooms, they're just right in there. If you are here with small children and they need a minute, take them downstairs, okay? So we're going to stay standing. You can grab your booklets and turn them to page 7. We are going to begin. I go for refuge to Buddha, my deeply awakened mind, the living source of understanding and compassion, which must be cultivated to be known fully. I go for refuge to Dharma, the path of mindful living, leading to healing, joy, and enlightenment, the way of peace, which must be cultivated to be known fully. I go for refuge to the Sangha, the loving and supportive community of practice, realizing harmony, awareness, and liberation, which must be cultivated to be known fully. I am aware that the 3 jewels are within my heart. I vow to realize them. I vow to understand living beings and their suffering. I vow to cultivate loving kindness and compassion, and to practice joy and equanimity. I vow to live simply and sanely, content with few possessions, and to keep my body healthy. I vow to let go of all worry and anxiety in order to be light and free. I am aware that I owe so much to my parents, teachers, friends, and all beings. I vow to be worthy of their trust, to practice wholeheartedly, so that understanding and compassion will flower, and I can help living beings be free from their suffering. May the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha support my efforts. May the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha support my efforts. May the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha support my efforts. And we bow. Flipping your book over, we will be chanting the Heart Sutra. Bring this to life. Put some emotion and energy into it. Emptiness, form. The same is true of feeling, thought, impulse, and consciousness. O Shariputra, all dharmas are empty. They are not born nor annihilated. They are not defiled nor immaculate. They do not increase nor decrease. So in emptiness, no form, no feeling, no thought, from suffering, no path to lead out of suffering, no knowledge, no attainment, no realization, for there is nothing to attain. The Bodhisattva holds on to nothing but prajna, paramita. Therefore the mind is clear of any elusive hindrance. Without hindrance there is no fear. Away from all perverted views, one reaches final nirvana. All Buddhas of past, present, and future, through faith in prajna, paramita, attain to the highest perfect enlightenment. Know then the prajna, paramita, is the great Dharani, the radiant fearless mantram, the utmost supreme mantram, which is capable of allaying all pain. This is true beyond all doubt. Proclaim now the highest wisdom, the prajna, paramita, gate, gate, paragate, parasangate, bodhisvaha. You may be seated. I'll say it again. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's good to see you all. Just kind of looking around and taking it in. I don't always, it feels like I was here last week, but I didn't get to see everyone as much as I would have liked to have. So I'm glad to see you all. So today, I'm going to remind you of something. You are worthy. Even in our most challenging times, the moments when we are caught by our hindrances that denigrate our confidence, you still have Buddha nature. Today's talk will focus on a portion of the Sangaravo Sutta from the Samyutta Nikaya. Imagine a bowl of water, agitated, stirred up, muddied, put in a dark place. If a man with good eyesight were to look at the reflection of his own face in it, he would not know or see it as it really was. In the same way, Brahman, when a man dwells with his heart possessed and overwhelmed by doubt and wavering, then he cannot know or see as it really is what is to his own profit, to the profit of others, to the profit of both. Then even sacred words he has long studied are not clear to him, not to mention those he hasn't studied. But Brahman, when a man dwells with his heart not possessed, not overwhelmed by sense desires, ill will, sloth and torpor, worry and flurry, doubt and wavering, then he knows and sees as it really is what is to his own profit, to the profit of others, to the profit of both himself and others, then even sacred words he has not long studied are cleared to him, not to mention those he has not studied. Now, this sutra does say he a lot, but that also goes for she as well, or they, or them, or whatever your pronouns are. So in this sutra, the Buddha instructs the Brahmin Sangharava that in order to free ourselves from the ignorance of the 5 hindrances, we have to first learn how to love ourselves and find confidence to witness our true nature. You don't need to know every sutra. You don't need to do the most prostrations. You also don't need to meditate the longest. But what you do need is a willingness to work through your shortcomings so you can know peace. It's really easy to give in to feelings of doubt, regret, unworthiness, sadness, and pain. What's challenging is gaining the courage to pursue your Buddha nature. So I'm in the process, as many of you are as well, of remembering how to be a bodhisattva and how to extend loving kindness and compassion to all beings. But to get there, we have to be honest with ourselves and be willing to see the humility in our humanness. That means recognizing and observing all of the yucky stuff that catches our attention. Our doubts, our fears, our pain, our anger, our sadness. Admitting where we fall short gives us permission to accept that we are human, beautifully, wonderfully, imperfectly human. This practice of humility is us looking into the agitated, muddied up bowl of water. When I would dance for my teacher when I was studying, and for those of you who don't know, I'm an Irish dancing teacher. And when I was a kid and we'd be performing in our hard shoes and maybe the sounds weren't very clear, she'd always say, "That's all muddied up." And it's much the same way here. You have to be clear with your intention. You have to be clear with what you're trying to do. And on the path of a bodhisattva, it is learning how to live with loving kindness and compassion. So admitting where we fall short gives us permission. With this practice, we observe our tendencies, and with acceptance, insight, love, our true nature becomes more apparent. So it's in this practice that we are able to offer ourselves, the much needed loving kindness and compassion. Ajahn Brahm tells a story of the time that he built a wall in his monastery. And out of the 1,000 bricks that he used, there were 2 bricks that were crooked. Of all he could focus on were those 2 badly placed bricks. He felt embarrassed about this perfection, and he didn't want anyone to see the wall. But one day, when a man came to the monastery, he turned to him and said, "This wall is so beautiful." And Ajahn Brahm couldn't understand, and he explained, "But there are 2 bricks there that are badly placed." And the man said, "Yes, there are 2 bricks that are badly placed. But what about the 998 that are good bricks? Don't forget to look at your good bricks too." Chapter 7 in Shantideva's Way of the Bodhisattva, verse 16. "Able to distinguish good from ill, if I, by birth and lineage of humankind, devote myself to bodhisattva training, why should I not gain the state of Buddhahood?" We know what's good for us, and we know what isn't, even though sometimes those things that aren't good for us are really tempting to engage in. This is why we train our minds, to give ourselves the chance to think clearly before we act. This does take time, and it does take practice. But it's much better to take a step back and observe what's going on instead of habitually reacting and strengthening those negative tendencies. So someone flips you the bird in traffic. I know what my habitual reaction would be. Or how about this one? After having multiple conversations with your toddler about how we're not supposed to draw on the wall or maybe on our legs, for the 4th time that week, they do it anyways. I know what my habitual reaction would be. Or even something like just making a mistake. I know what my reaction would be. So it's moments like these that provide the opportunity to cultivate confidence in our practice and to lessen anxiety and stress. This way, we can practice on reacting from a place of loving kindness and compassion. So remember when Siddhartha experienced the 4 sights? It was in these moments of meeting age, sickness, and death that he truly felt the wavering of his own vulnerability of existence, a trigger to what led him onto his path of enlightenment. From his doubt in everything he thought he knew, his confidence grew. He used his ignorance as a means to walk the path of enlightenment. Similarly, we can also use these moments that challenge us to move us closer towards enlightenment. This does take work, though. So I recently found some Bodhisattva courage to face some of my own past trauma. These memories as a child that were spent living in survival mode 24/7. I relived moments I thought I'd forgotten, ones I thought I'd moved beyond. Opening up this closet of skeletons was really a daunting task. But bearing witness to my muddied up and agitated waters was desperately needed. My inner child needed to feel loving kindness if I was going to transform the unresolved suffering of my past. In my observations, I was able to gently hold my suffering. I was able to care for it. I was able to send it love and compassion. And while reliving these experiences over again was scary and at times unbearably painful, the source of courage came from the 3 jewels: the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Scholar Robert Tenzin Thurman said, "Nirvana has always been the reality. Ignorance has kept us blind to this. Doubt has kept us blind to this. But if we do realize, we can wake up to the present moment and the essence of one." So the opposite form of doubt is faith. And we're not talking blind faith, but a faith of confidence in one's knowledge and insight. This kind of faith is what the Buddha encourages us to find when he instructs the Sangha to realize it for ourselves. Faith is an important aspect of realizing that we too are worthy of waking up. And this is what the Buddha continually asks us to do. Don't just agree with his 4 noble truths and with a smile blindly say, "Yes, I agree, all life is suffering." And then continue to live in that suffering. Get to the root of your suffering. Get to the root of your stress, your anxiety, your anger, your pain, so that you can lovingly cut it out and let it go. Dhammapada, verse 165 through 166. By oneself is evil done. By oneself is one injured. Do not do evil, and suffering will not come. Everyone has the choice to be pure or impure. No one can purify another. Don't neglect your own duty for another, however great. Know your own duty and perform it. Don't be discouraged when you're feeling down, depleted, doubtful, overwhelmed, or unmotivated. Instead, observe and lean into the supportive and rich spiritual community you are a part of. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go and tell everybody your problems. I know I wouldn't be comfortable doing that. But it does mean look into what the Buddha taught. Maybe spend some time in meditation with the Buddha. Take the time to heal. So last week, Yongsu gave a really insightful talk on metta meditation. When you observe challenging times in your life, whether they are moments from your past, your present, or your future, remember to send loving kindness and acceptance to yourself. You can't give love to others if you don't have love for yourself. This is when you need it most. As my practice grows, whenever I am experiencing any of these 5 hindrances, I turn to the Dharma. I find that there is a teaching for everything, just like there's an app for everything, as long as I'm willing to be open to hearing it. So Buddhism has taught me to trust again. And I hope that in times when you're struggling, you can remember to turn to the 3 jewels in your heart and mind. You are worthy of compassion and love, and it's important to start with yourself. So I like to think that the Bodhisattva Satipatthana is always with me, lovingly reminding me, as if he's my own personal cheerleader, Igye, you're a Buddha. So we all have this ability to wake up and to gain enlightenment. My fellow Bodhisattva, Jeremy, reminds us in each of our monthly meetings, remember to be gentle with yourself. When he says this, I'm reminded of my mom's favorite text, the Desiderata. Be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And I'd like to add, you are worthy of your love and attention. Thank you. As you prepare yourself for meditation, consider that as a mantra if you find that you are losing concentration. I am worthy of my love and attention. So now is an opportunity for us to share our joys and concerns. This pertains to maybe some personal things that you're going through, or maybe something in your practice that you're going through, or something in your life that you're going through, right? Joyful, or something that you'd like a little bit of support from your Sangha with.
Good morning, Sangha. My name is Ian. After 6 months of living at Guiding Light, this coming Saturday, my friend Tom and I are moving into our own apartment. So, yeah, I'm very excited. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gaji Su, or you might know me as Shane. I have a lot of joys today. I got a new job. I finally started that. I got a new car yesterday. I'm staying at a new place with my sister, and I have a new partner. So, a lot of new things and a lot of joy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nathan, and yesterday I found out. Hi, everyone. I'm Nathan. Is this mic actually?
It doesn't do it. It's for the people online.
I'm Nathan, and yesterday I was invited to be an artist at an art prize venue. So I'll be playing the singing bowls and projecting sound waves onto the wall. It's going to be a really cool project, and I'm very grateful to have the opportunity. So it's very cool. So.
Good morning, Sangha. My name is Jess. I have a joy. I've been asked to volunteer at the Rise and Ride Ranch in my hometown. Well, not my hometown, but Plainwell. My hometown is 3 hours away.
Good morning, Zanga. Calibration. Good morning, Sangha. I spent the last 2 weeks in Forest View, but I was just discharged this last Wednesday, so that's a good thing. So, thanks.
Just a reminder, this is for our online folks, so we need you to speak up so that people here can hear you.
And the fans are also inhibiting that a little bit.
Well, because I fell asleep a bit on the meditating on accident. I have a problem with doing that. And my friend came back.
You wouldn't be the first person, and you won't be the last. He fell asleep during meditation. I think we all have. Guilty. It's all right. Take some practice.
Good morning, Sangha. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah, you're
Sangha.
saying it
Okay.
right. We just can't hear you.
Good morning, Sangha. Lost my voice, so just give me a sec. I have a joy. My life is going exactly how I want it to go. I'm in my inner healing journey from losing my mom and my grandfather, and just lots of loss in my life, and I'm grateful for that. So, yeah.
Hi, Sangha. I'm James, and I have a joy and concern. I was waiting to share my concern, but I have to have bypass surgery on the 29th of this month. You know, some bad genetics in the family. I live a pretty healthy life, but these things occur. But my joy is that I have such a great family and friends and this Sangha to support me, that I go into it with a lot of strength and comfort. So thank you.
Anything online?
Hi, everyone. I have two joys. I got a new job, which I'll be starting in about 2 weeks. And then I got a puppy. So, yeah, very happy about that. Kind of a bad idea starting a new job and getting a puppy, but you know. Thank you.
All right. If there isn't anything else, we're going to take a moment of silence to hold on to those joys and concerns. So this is our time to share any temple announcements. So I think we're going to start with temple announcements.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anna. I'm here to give the Dana announcement today. So the temple, the lights, the spaceship is all run based on our donations, our time, and our efforts. If you would like to donate monetarily, there's a box at each end of the temple hall where you can leave a check or cash. There's also a QR code on the box where you can scan your phone and it'll take you to PayPal. Also on the website, zengr.org, you can go and link to PayPal that way and donate. Or on YouTube, there's a button, I think it's called See More, and it'll drop down and it'll show you how to donate. If you would like to donate material goods like toilet paper, paper towel, tea, you can see one of the teachers and talk about that some more. And if you'd like to donate your time as well, there's also opportunities for that. So thank you for your generosity.
My name is Gail Orkachisu, and Anna, I want to call attention to your beautiful, Anna and Anthony. They're very skilled artists, tie-dye artists. And Anna's sweater made me think of our presence this weekend, this coming weekend, at Pride. So come see us. We're going to be at booth 23. I'm really excited. We're really excited to be a part of that. And with that in mind, at the end of the year, the Temple Auxiliary Committee is planning an online holiday auction. And it will start in November. So I'm putting it out there now for those of you who have an item that you'd like to donate, or those of you who are incredible artists or artisans that would like to make something to donate. Talk to myself, Anna, Anthony, Jake, who else am I missing that's part of the auxiliary committee? Any one of us. Thank you.
All right. So our ongoing announcements, we have the Grand Rapids Buddhist Temple Board meeting on the third Sunday of the month. This month it will be on June 25th from 11:30 to 1 p.m. shortly following service. We also have our Buddhist-based recovery meetings, Mondays at the temple or join via Zoom, Wednesdays at the Alano Club, Fridays at the temple or join via Zoom. Every Wednesday, we have an online meditation group. It's slowly been growing. We have a nice little group that gets together. That's every Wednesday evening from 7:30 to 8:15 on Zoom. You can contact Kunga or myself if you have any questions or are in need of any more information. I believe the link is in our weekly newsletter as well, so you can always find the link there or on our website. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and on Instagram. It seems like it's everywhere. So it should be easy to find, but we all know technology and sometimes our user errors to find those kinds of things. So if that is all for our announcements, we are going to stand. Oh, we got more.
Friday morning recovery group meets at Garfield Park.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. So I'll say that online. So Friday, the meeting, the Buddhist Space Recovery meeting, right, is at Garfield Park. Is there a time that's? 10:05 meditation. 10:30 meeting. So we'll. Oh, and we Zoom. So we'll make sure to get our information updated, so that way we can make that announcement more clearly next time. All right. And with that, we are going to stand and recite our closing gathas. And together we say, for all unskillful actions ever committed by me since of old, on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thoughts, now I atone for them all. Vast is the robe of compassion, a formless field of benefaction. I wear the Buddhist teachings for the benefit of all sentient beings. All beings, one body, I vow to liberate. Endless blind passion, I vow to uproot. Dharma gates without number, I vow to penetrate. The great way of Buddha, I vow to attain. And this side, we'll turn to this side. And one last bow. Before you leave, please make sure to straighten up your cushions and place your booklets back to the front page with the inserts. If you are interested, you can take those inserts home. We also have, I think, copies of our chant book online. So,